what God cannot do does not exist. The people where they argue with, should you say what God cannot do does not exist, or what God will not do does not exist, I beg, forge your own and then make your own go viral. My name is Jerry Eze, the convener of New Season Prophetic Prayers and Declaration, nsppd. I grew up from a very poor home, so my mother is a single parent. But my mama say God tell her, say in hand in my life. So my mama no degree see me on the streets. Life was hard. Life was really tough. Until one day I went to church and I met a kind couple. And the couple will train me for school. They trained me for my secondary school, finished secondary school, trained me for university. So now my small story be that. The very first thing I do where I go call work, that's to work for Media House. I used to read news. I did read news way back on BCA. So from reading news, I got a job with the World Bank project on HIV and AIDS. I was a communication specialist, So I do that work small. I can't get another bigger one for United Nations, specifically UNFPA, still as a communication specialist and a media person. So now that one, what they do when the call of God can't be strong for my body. The people where they talk, the people where they argue with what God cannot do, should you say what God cannot do does not exist, or what God will not do does not exist, make them bring out their own and make they cause their own to go viral. But you see, I no get time to they argue with people. Is what God cannot do does not exist? Is it? I beg, forge your own and then make your own go viral. But I guess I just address the small one where somebody they talk say there are things where God no fit do. You say what God cannot do, God cannot lie. The Bible say I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I go smoke Igbo. No. I go sleep with somebody who no be my wife. But Bible say I can do all. The problem say they know they understand context. So what do they talk say? What God cannot do, everything that is in the nature of God, that what he cannot do does not exist. To whom brain is given, sense is expected.
Today happens to be our wedding anniversary.
I married for when I did 24. Because me and I'm already in a relationship, because I meet them when I did final year in the third year. So and I meet them for where I go preach. And so I open mouth that night. So and I tell them, I no get rhyme. I know, how would we say it in Igbo? They do understand. So I no get rhyme. So I just told her, the Holy Ghost say I should marry. I told her God said I should marry you. So and she didn't come out. She run, come out.
As I ran, I was crying. I cried. I went straight to my friend's room. But I think my major problem, I should say,
yes,
my major problem was his height. Because I used to tell God I want a tall man, tall man.
I'm not short though.
I didn't say you're short. No, you are not short. But I wanted a tall man. I wanted a tall man. So that was the first. I said, hey, he's short. Hey, the thing just didn't make it. The friends I had then, I told them, they were jumping. He was like a celebrity in school, but I wasn't happy. So it took me some days to just, chew on it. But when I finally went to pray, immediately I went to pray. I just knew, God just told me, I just knew he was the one. And the things that were in my heart, that made me concerned, I asked God and God just cleared, those doubts. So I came back and met him and told him, I'm ready, let's do it.
The journey for this 14 years. Now my wife captured the journey in the book where she writes, say, I almost ruined my marriage. So the journey no easy.
Anger is a bad thing. Anger is a bad thing. It really affected us. It really affected us, if not for the kind of person that he is. He came from a place where he saw a lot of peace. Everything was just fine. I came from a background where, fighting was normal. It's not that it was normal, but I saw a lot of it, and I saw a lot of raising of voice, shouting. So that was such a challenge because it was draining him. It wasn't draining me, but it was draining him, and it was such a huge challenge because at some point he became so quiet. I knew then, that early time in marriage, whenever he sees me, he just lights up, and all of that. But the more I kept doing this thing, the light left. There was no more light. It was just you're there, you're existing, okay. Anything you want, that kind of thing. So I think that's even when sense started coming back, when I just started discovering that I'm losing this man.
The turning point when she began to have a deep relationship with God. And I must tell you, you see this ministry, I don't know how many women who will support me the way my wife has supported. That's the truth. Okay, as a young man, we even be pastor, we do well in ministry, so to speak. How I take get into all these women side chick nonsense and palaver. They say are they very disciplined, and I don't put parameter in place when no go make it easy. Wherever I go to, I go with a check system in place. So and besides, you get something. You won't make her lose the thing where God they do in my life. You won't make her lose that one not too much treasure. Now no go lay am for the lap of Delilah. I no fit. I like when me and God dey. So when I look the thing where they flow from God. Now come and use it just oppose it because they look one side chick, and then everything where they do, every of your anointing they go just disappear for 1 second. Waiting I go tell my generation. And also when you live a very prayerful life, you get some things where fire go generate, where chikaya no go penetrate. I don't dare my house before, woman naked from my house when my wife go London. At that point in time, now only God that stays in heaven with. And the worst thing will happen that now that time I work for World Bank project on HIV and AIDS. I get condoms where my driver they sell condom at the time. So I don't tell my driver, I say, please make sure that all the condom, I was angry with him, I say offload all the condoms in the house because they are not supposed to be sold. And so he offloaded the condoms and lubricant. So you can imagine where somebody don't naked, you look left, see condom and lubricant, waiting they hold you now. But I know say, waiting God go use me during the future. Big pass the pleasure where I won't get now. I'm not gonna lie, say there was no reaction. Do you understand? But I run. I live. I don't want think. I don't want meditate because that's where the problem is. The problem is not in what you saw. The problem is in what you were meditating on.
Far away that they will remain on us.
Okay, one thing where people don't know about me, they say, I know they like cockroach, especially the flying ones. I know they like.
You don't like it or you're afraid of it? Which one?
I don't care.
But you're afraid of it.
Okay, so I feel leave room for cockroach actually. So I know this. So that's why actually I try to leave. I don't like to see cockroach, even the small one. I know they like see cockroach, and I know they. And I think waiting people don't know. Maybe some people know, but I won't underline now. I get heart for people. People matter. They touch me well.